like fights again, attacks from both parties, and so we had to leave. Oh, before we left, actually, um, there was in the middle of the so like when I was in the war, you don't know when the attack is gonna happen,
Mhm.
and I was living on the opposite side of the government,
Yeah.
and so there were a lot of like jets with bombs would fly over you and then drop a bomb and then leave.
Mhm.
And so one of the days that I woke up and went to my job, and we were working and eating breakfast, and then we just heard a jet flying over us, and then we went outside to see what's going on, and then the the moment we stepped out, we saw the jet coming towards us. I froze. I didn't know how to move. I thought I was gonna be dead because like you see them on TV, like
Mhm.
you see how like or people who have survived moments like that would tell you how it's gonna happen, and I've heard that story before. Somebody said, once you see the jet over you, you'll be dead. You'll be lucky if you survive. And so I saw the jet towards me, and I just froze. And then my manager just picked me up and threw me in the store, and then we went inside, and then we heard the big bomb explosion, and then we went outside. It was like fucking 200 feet away from us. It was like
He
like two
pulled you
blocks.
away from your death.
Yeah, it was like 2 blocks away, and
Mhm.
then we went to the um to the spot where the bomb were dropped,
Mhm.
and you can see like fucking people's heads and
Wait.
feet.
Trigger warning. Go ahead.
Yeah, and just like in the movie, bro. Like when somebody explode, you
Like you
see
can.
like pieces of chunks
So
meats.
you were standing there, seeing all those pieces of people
Yeah,
hanging and laying everywhere.
yeah, and blood, and what was sad to me. It was like one of those pieces of meat was a couple who just got married.
You knew them.
No, but they were on the motorcycle going back home, and they turned into small pieces. Uh,
That's really sad.
yeah, but after that, um, we went back over again to our old neighborhood, and then we lived there, and then
In the same house or a different house again?
in the same house, and then it was just like there was no life, like it's been 2.5 years living the same over and over, not knowing when you're gonna die or if
And
you're
low on
ever
money,
gonna.
right?
What is it?
And low on money, right?
Low on money, no job, not knowing if you're gonna survive or die.
Mhm.
And there's basically no life, and you have kids. And so one night, uh, my dad decided to just emigrate to Jordan, and so we decided to go to Jordan, but we didn't have money for smugglers because you had to pay money for smugglers to take you
Mhm.
from A to B.
I
Uh,
wonder if anyone has seen the movie The Swimmers. But there you see how they pay those smugglers, like how much money you pay for per
yeah,
person.
yeah,
And was it the same for you? Like, did you
yeah,
pay that much money?
yeah. We had to. That was like in 2014. We paid $700 for each person.
Wow. And that's not even the whole way. That's only part of your drive, right?
It was the whole way from like point A to Jordan borders.
Mm.
Uh, but that movie's good. I like it. If you really want to like see the real struggle, like the real,
For Sama.
yeah, for Summer.
Mhm.
That
That's on
documentary
YouTube,
is
by
on
the way.
YouTube.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love
And it
that.
is the city where you lived.
Yeah, it's the
So
same experience too.
yeah,
Like
like where you
everything.
can see people coming in, you can see how the lights turned off and on, and all the screams around you and the bombs all day, and the kids just they know exactly which bomb is coming.
Yeah.
Like they say the name of the bomb
Yeah.
when they hear it, and that's crazy to me. Like kids should not know that.
Yeah. When we were living in that house with no windows, uh we actually used to like sit outside at night when there was no electricity and just watch the bombs going in the air with lights and just like ooh.
You were basically acting like it was falling stars.
Yeah.
You're
But
laughing
there were
about it now.
bombs.
You're
Yeah.
laughing, but like that's actually really sad.
Yeah, it is. But we passed it. You know what I feel sad about is people still experiencing that now.
I know because it's still going on.
Yeah. I don't think it's as bad as it used to. But
But so, how did you find those smugglers?
they're just like a business, a small business.
Like
You
how
know?
did like
And
okay,
then
so you decided to go to Jordan and then
yeah, so we paid them. We started. Those smugglers had to go through like, cities that they
Mhm.
were not allowed to, and so they had to drive at night, with nobody around,
Mhm.
and they had to drive with like a sheep trucks, so
Mhm.
that way it looks like
So you were in the middle of sheeps.
not in the middle of sheeps. I was in a truck with that transform sheeps, transport sheeps.
Mhm.
Uh, and so we were smelling sheep shit the whole time.
But were you only with your family in that truck or with
No,
others?
it was like 10 other families and
Really?
kids. Yeah,
Oh.
it's not like yeah. And so we had two smugglers, one on a motorcycle to make sure the front door is. I mean, the front of the road is safe, and the other one just like follows that motorcycle.
Mhm.
And so we started driving at night, and like on the way to Jordan, we lost like the first 2 hours, we lost connection with that
The first guy.
the first guy. But when before we lost connection, we saw bullets going in the air, because bullets at night you can see the fire going.
Really?
Yeah, so like when you gun shoot at night,
Mhm.
there's fire goes out of the gun, so you can see where the gun is. And so we saw those signals, and so the driver with us stopped and was trying to connect with the other what's it called, the other smuggler,
Mhm.
but we had no connection. So and we were about like 2 hours away from Jordan borders, but we had to go back to where we came from again because it wasn't safe. We went back, and then the next day, we stopped again. We still didn't have any connection with the other smuggler, and then we started driving again the next day, and we made it. Um, we made it, and then we made it to the camp. There was another truck
Mhm.
delivery from a different business who were kind of like familiar with the ones that they delivered us, with the
Mhm.
smugglers. And when they arrived to the camp, they told us that the first smuggler got caught and killed, which is the time that when we stopped and saw those gunfires going in the air. So that time was,
If you kept driving, you would be dead too.
yes, that time when we saw those things, it was the front smuggler who was getting killed. If we kept driving,
You would
we
have
would
been
have been
done.
done. Yeah, we would have been got killed. Uh, but we went back, and then we decided the next day we keep going.
Mhm.
Uh, and then since the front smuggler got caught, they knew about him and about that business. And so the next delivery, so after those guys dropped us off at the border,
Mhm.
the next delivery that they had, they caught the second smuggler and then killed everybody.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's crazy, bro. Like My family and I almost died a couple times, and we almost just lost our lives, but we still here. But anyways, the point is, we made it to Jordan safe.
Okay, we're in Jordan now.
Yeah, we lived in the camp for a month. It was
How
a
does a camp
shitty.
look like?
It was a shitty camp.
Okay.
Scheita.
Yeah, but how does it look like?
Uh, you see the campers? Imagine campers, but like has no kitchen, no bathroom, no wheels. It's all on the fucking rocks, on the floor.
So what
with
I see in
rocks.
front of me is like, you know, Kendall's farmhouse, but then 10 times bigger and you're all in the same place.
No, not 10 times bigger, bro. Not 10 times bigger.
But her farmhouse is like as small as this carpet.
Yeah. You see the size of this carpet? It was exactly the same size of the camp.
That's the camp?
Well, you have like your own house, which is like a camper, and the camper is as big as this, right here.
So
The
is it like
carpet.
a tent or what is it?
It's very kind of like a tent with like a metal. It's not like yeah.
So
But
it
that
is.
was like the upgrade one, you know.
Oh, you
We
got
went
an
to the
upgrade.
yeah we
First
went
class.
we went to the upgrade camp, but the other camps are tents.
Okay.
We lived there for a month. It was shitty, bro. Like a lot of people
Like, what
who
did you eat there?
they gave us food stamps, and they had you know, like a grocery store that you have to walk to for like a mile. Um, but a lot of people didn't like the camp, dude. A lot of people chose to go back to Syria to die in their own house instead of living in that camp.
Really?
Yeah, because it was in the middle of the desert, and they had no air conditioners. It was hot as shit. The air was dry, and you're just hot, like you die from the heat. The bathroom is shared.
Is it just a hole in the floor?
Yes, you can see other people's shit like going through, and you go in the bathroom, and it smells like shit, and then you see all those bugs on it. Like you just like even if you want to shit on yourself, you can't shit anymore. Uh,
Wait,
and you have to walk to grab your water.
walk
you have
where?
there's like a water fountain,
Yeah.
and you have to go like walk for like 15 minutes to wait in a line to grab water, to fill up water, and then go back home.
Wow.
Yeah. And then luckily I had the good auntie uh who has like she had real estates, and she was kind of wealthy and stuff, and she she took us. Keep in mind, when we were traveling, this is an important part. When we got dropped off at the Jordan borders,
You still had to walk to the camp
yeah, it was like 3 miles, and I
with your
had
grandmother in the wheelchair.
yeah, I had my grandma, my grandfather, and my dad. My dad is, he has something with his leg.
Yeah. His dad is
not
also invalide, net als oma.
yeah, it's niet from the war.
Nee.
And so I had to put all these 3 people on the chair and push them, and then go back, and then like each person, I would like put
In
my
the
grandma,
desert.
yeah, with
Don't
like
forget
rocks
it's a
and
desert.
stuff.
Like it's
Yeah.
rocks and sand and like heat.
You would see like what's it called, like the snakes, going by, or like yeah. But it was like 3 miles walk. We made it with a lot of struggle with all of our stuff. This this is way too long for a podcast, bruh.
We can do part 2.
Okay. We made it to Jordan. We made it out of the camp. We started living in Jordan. Lived for 2 years. And
Wait,
then
how did you get out of the camp? Or you just got in contact with your auntie and you
yeah,
went there?
she sponsored us
Mm.
to take us to her own house. She gave us a house. Um,
But that house is gone now too, right?
no, this is in Jordan.
You said one of the houses you lived at is gone now.
Gone to where?
Ruined.
No, 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 still
Not this
there.
one.
No, yeah.
Mm.
Uh, what else? I'm getting tired.
So you lived in Jordan with your auntie. How many years did you
No,
live
we
there?
didn't live with my
Well,
auntie.
in her real estate.
Her, yeah, in her one of her houses, with my grandma, my grandfather, and my family.
And then what happened then? How long
Um,
did you live there? And
we lived for 2 years, and then my grandparents started to get sick, really sick. My grandma passed away first, and then my granddad passed away after her, and then we had the opportunity to immigrate to Jordan. I mean to America, to America.
mm-hmm.
But keep in mind, my dad didn't. We were still struggling in Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would work just to pay for our rent and home, like our rent and just food to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people in Jordan were kind of like racist to the Syrians,
Mm-hmm.
because like when you go back from when you leave Syria and go back to when you leave Syria and immigrate to Jordan, you're hungry. You want to work. You want to start making money. You want to start living life, and
Mm-hmm.
so and those Syrians were just going for a low minimum wage, and so all of the Jordanians don't have as good opportunities as they used to,
Yeah.
because the Syrians are taking over,
Mm-hmm.
and so they were racist, and it was very, very hard to work if you don't have a license to work. You had to have a license.
And your dad didn't?
My dad didn't, and I was underage, bro. I was like 16.
Not even, because you were 16 when you got to the US.
No, I was 18 when I got here. 17, almost 18. Yeah.
No, you got here in August 2016.
So I was almost 17.
You were, yeah, 16 and a half.
Yeah. But I was 17 because they count the year. Because I was born in 1999.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was underage working, but I had to because,
Mm-hmm.
we got to provide for
You
the
gotta
house.
eat.
Yeah. And, my dad lost his parents. He didn't really see a future in Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then so we decided to immigrate to America. We came to America in 2016.
So how did that happen? Like, how do you know you can immigrate there?
So like when you immigrate from Syria to Jordan, they put your name and your family's name in the system.
Mm-hmm.
And then so America was like, "Oh, we'll take some of these refugees here.
Mm.
Let me see the system." And then they picked a couple of these families, and luckily my family was one of these lucky
Mm-hmm.
families, and they called us, and they were like, "Oh, you guys want to come to America as refugees?" And we were like, my
Mm-hmm.
dad was hesitated a little bit because of Trump.
Mm.
He thought, America, if you're from the Middle East,
Mm-hmm.
they will they will be racist to you. But we made it. We came here in 2016. I was lucky enough to go to high school, start all over again when I was 18.
Yeah, just know that his first and only language was Arabic, right?
Yeah.
And that means you had to learn a whole new alphabet.
Yeah.
Had to learn English.
Yo. Yo,
Don't
yo,
forget about
yo.
that part.
Yeah. When I came here, dude, I only knew yes and no because my cousin told me all you need to know is yes and no. You
Mm-hmm.
either say yes or no. So I came here. Your boy started learning English. I went to high school. Um, I was in ESL classes, which is
Mm-hmm.
like English second language.
Yes.
Took those classes for 2 years, and then I started taking my regular
Mm-hmm.
high school credits. I always sit like this which is not good for a podcast. You gotta sit like
Mhm.
professional. So I took those classes, and I graduated high school. I met you when I was a senior in high school.
No, you were junior.
I was a junior?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, true, true.
Because I made you finish high school.
Yeah. I was not. So the regular person stays in high school is 4 years. I stayed 6 years.
Yeah.
Or 5. 6, I think.
5.
5.
Yeah.
So yeah, high school was hard for me.
Mhm.
Not hard in a way that I just didn't want to learn anything.
Yeah, but you don't forget the fact that you immigrated from a country where there was war and
Okay. I think this is how it was. All right.
okay.
Gaat goed.
Yeah.
Sorry, the camera got caught. I mean, the camera, the camera's battery died,
Yeah.
and so we had to replace it with another battery. But we were talking about.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, don't forget that the fact that when you came in the US, they just picked out a place for you to go live somewhere. You know, they picked your house and everything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you just
Yeah.
get put in a new society with, like, different rules, different languages. Like,
Yeah.
don't forget that, like, you just ended up somewhere really random without knowing anything, and you still graduated high school in 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, in a different language.
Yeah.
Somewhere you've never ever been. Like, don't forget that.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know how I graduated high school.
Guess who made his math?
Yeah, this girl used to help me. This people ask me why what I love about Nadesh. Well, here's
I thought we were talking about your story instead of me.
this is why I love Nadesh. She used to do my math homework.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mootje came to America.
Mhm. So basically the reason why I always say my American boyfriend, my American fiance is because
I want to talk about that too.
on his passport, his nationality is American.
Yeah. So like
he legally he's an American. You are an American
yeah,
citizen,
yeah,
and your nationality is legally American.
right.
So whatever I say, the only right thing to say is you're American because you are
Yeah.
legally.
Yeah. But another thing is, I don't know if I consider myself as a Syrian or
Mhm.
Jordanian or Iraqian. I don't know if Iraqian. Because like I lived in those 3 different places, 3
Mhm.
different countries. But like now I think about it, I feel like I respect all of their culture, and like I still believe in the religion and
Mhm.
everything. But like if you come to me now and like talk to me about the reality of where I'm at,
Mhm.
the way I act, the way I do things, the way I dress up, the
Mhm.
way I talk, the way I think, the way I do things, the way I have friends.
Mhm.
I'm kind of like now about 70% American and 30% where my family comes from.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. However, I still love that culture and everything, and I
Yeah, but
still
like if
respect
you
it.
had to choose, you would consider yourself as an American.
Yeah, because like honestly, like I talk
Like you're not
English every day.
You're not disrespecting
No,
your
no,
culture. You
no, no,
just
no, no, no.
feel most associated with being an American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not because I
Including
don't want
everything
to.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not because I don't want to or like, and a lot of people disagree with it.
Mhm.
A lot of people might disagree with it. A lot
Everyone
of
has an
people
opinion.
disagree with it. But like if you really think about it, like if your if you move to a different country where you're not from, but also your kids start going to school and learning the language of that country that you moved into, and they act the same way the people act, and they do the same they do things the same way the other country does.
Mhm.
Your kids are not where you come from anymore, you know?
Mhm. I mean, you're like your ethnicity is still
Yeah,
Syrian,
your blood is Syrian, you know, or like
but
Jordanian,
your
or
nationality or
yeah.
what you like.
You know what's funny too? When
Oh,
I talk
okay.
in Arabic,
Mhm.
people don't think I'm from Syria because I don't have the accent, or like the
Really?
yeah, no.
Which accent do you have?
I have the Jordanian. I talk like Jordanian Arabic.
Mm.
I don't, yeah, I don't speak like
Mhm.
Syrian like in that dialogue thing.
Mhm.
But but yeah, so today's Mootje's story, Mahut.
Mhm.
I feel like I didn't tell a lot of like small story and details.
No, but I mean, we can always go into one specific story in one podcast. This is
Yeah,
just like
just
your history,
yeah,
basically, like
yeah,
the
where I come from.
overview. Yeah.
Yeah, like Mootje is Muhammad now.
Yeah. Well, why don't you call yourself Mohammed?
I do sometimes.
Mhm.
I do. It's just like it's easy for Americans to pronounce Mo instead of
Mhm.
Muhammad, you know, and Mo's like boom, you know.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't like it because it's like, oh, you're not proud of yourself. But there's like so many different nicknames for Muhammad in Arabic,
Mhm.
but they don't talk about that, you
Mm.
know.
You know, also one thing that I don't understand, but that's my point of view. I don't want to like hurt anyone's feelings with this.
Yeah,
But any name in the Netherlands or in English or whatever language, I don't know if it's same in Arabic. I cannot speak for that because I don't know it. But every name basically has a nickname,
yeah.
right?
Muhammad has like 10 different nicknames in
And
Arabic.
the thing is, we just decided to use your nickname and 50% of my nickname online. Like we use Desha
Yeah,
as my nickname online when we talk, but
yeah.
when we write, we use my full name.
Yeah, like my, yeah.
And for you, we just randomly decided to use your nickname online, but still, like in the outside world, you're Mo or Mohammed.
Yeah.
Like we are not disrespecting your name. We're
No,
just
no,
decided
no,
to use your nickname online.
no.
That's it's
It's just those
different.
people that want to put their shit in other
Yeah, but
people's
like
business.
people think
There's,
we are
there's,
disrespecting the name, but like you're
mm,
proud of your name.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know. Like
Yeah,
you're proud of your name, and
yeah,
everyone should hear that. But we just chose to use your nickname as our online name.
yeah.
That's the only reason.
But also, like it's a normal thing, you know? Like,
Mhm.
there's a lot of Mohammeds in the Netherlands that are Moches,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so like,
Nicknames, just like I said.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not like disrespecting, oh, you're not proud of your name. Some comment says like, oh, you're not proud of your name.
You are proud of your name. Or, like
Yeah,
I
but
could
like it's
confirm,
just
he is
a
proud of his
nickname,
name.
bro.
Yeah. I'm proud of Nadesh, but I like to be called
Yeah.
Desh.
But the
I like
reason,
Desh more than Nadesh, but I'm still proud of Nadesh because it's a pretty name.
yeah. But the reason I ignore these comments is because, like you know how many times I answer that specific question.
Mhm.
What's your name? Are you Muslim? Where are you from? I answered that question like so many times,
Mhm.
and I still get new people asking me the same
Yeah,
question
but
over and
like
over
it
and
doesn't
over.
even matter what you answer them. It's never gonna be enough for certain people.
Yeah.
Like if you would answer legally or like out of
They,
it
they want
doesn't.
me to give them their my passport so they can see where I come from,
Well,
what
you
my
have an
real name
American
is.
passport. Your
Yeah.
real name is Mohammed on your passport, and your nationality is American.
Yeah.
What else you want to know?
Like, yeah. I don't even know, man, but this podcast is way too long,
Well,
honestly.
this is part 2 already, so.
Yeah. I wish that we put the timer on and see how much.
It's alright.
Yeah. What else do you want to know?
Are you Muslim?
Oh my gosh, of course, bro. Alhamdulillah, man.
Don't know what you're saying, but yes,
You know
sir.
Alhamdulillah.
No,
You don't?
no.
It's like thanks God.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Muslim. I'm not a good Muslim, but I'm working towards it.
I don't think you should consider yourself a bad or good one, because you're always working towards your religion, and
Yeah,
you will always believe.
yeah, yeah. I still
That,
believe in
yeah.
everything. I just need to practice more, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I need to practice more in my faith and
You're still figuring out how, and right.
no, it's not
You're
figuring that out. It's just like I just need to do it, you
mm,
know.
okay.
Yeah, I'm 100%
So
Muslim.
Ramadan is coming up.
Yeah. Oh
Doesn't
my
it
god.
start on Monday?
I think so. Or
On the
yeah.
20th. That's Monday.
Yeah, on the 20th. I think it's on the 21st, but we have to wait longer to see where the moon is
Mm.
so we can decide. I can't decide that. They have to. The
Yep.
ones that are, on the top, they know
Mhm.
more than I do.
Yes.
We
So-
should do another podcast about Nadesh.
But then you gotta ask me the questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll love to interview yourself, interview you.
Mhm. So basically, the conclusion of the story: Mo was born in Jordan,
Lived in Syria and
lived in
Iraq.
Syria. Like his blood is Syrian. Let's say it like this: your blood is Syrian.
Yeah.
You're born in Jordan because your parents happened to live there that time.
Yeah, lived in Jordan.
Then you moved to Iraq, moved back to Syria.
Say it again.
Iraq.
Say Iraq.
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 Yeah. Then you moved back to Aleppo in Syria,
Yeah.
and the war started.
The war.
The war, whatever.
The Civil War.
Moved around, up and down,
Left and right.
left and right. Was in the war, got pulled away from a bomb, survived. Oh, you
Damn.
forgot one part. You ate the. You guys boiled the bones of the chicken to get some food out.
Yeah. That's when we didn't have money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you,
You know,
guys.
the reason why we did that is because it gives some protein, but also like it gives the rice some flavor, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then you guys ran away to Jordan, lived in a camp.
My mic or my camera is
Okay.
acting up.
Okay, sorry.
So we gotta do it fast.
Are we still giving a conclusion, or we
Yeah.
just? Okay,
Yeah,
conclusion of the story. Mo's blood is Syrian. He was born in Jordan because his parents happened to live there. He moved to Iraq, and then you moved back to Syria, is where you came. Well, where your parents came from, to Aleppo.
Yeah.
War started. You moved up and down everywhere, and then back to Syria. Then you ran away to Jordan.
Yeah.
Lived in a camp there, and then you went to your auntie's house, and then went to immigrate.
Immigrated
immigrate
to America.
to
Lived in
America.
America since 2016.
And now you're an American citizen, so
Yeah.
legally you're an American.
Yeah, imagine I do a podcast again in 5 years, but I'm gonna be a Dutch citizen. But we're not talking in English. We're talking in
We're
Dutch.
gonna be talking in Dutch. Yes.
That would be.
But
that'd
I
be
hope you
gezellig.
guys liked it, and if you have any questions, don't
Don't ask me.
ask me. Ask me. You can always
Bro.
DM.
Yeah, too long of a podcast. Ik ben super moe nu.
Yes, and I hope this cleared up some things. And
It will never clear anything up for some people, honestly.
well, I don't care. We tried.
Yeah,
And then you end. You always say the same thing.
yeah.
Go.
What?
Dankjewel
voor kijken en luisteren. En tot ziens in the next episode.
Ik hou
Doei!
You always say ik hou van jullie.
Ik hou van jullie.
Oké, doei.
Doei!